Hey everyone, Rachel Arevalo here. I hope you don't get scared easily because I'm here at the red carpet for MTV's new television series, Scream, based on the original slasher flick. Stay tuned for all the exclusive details on the red carpet, only on The Scoop. So you play Riley on the show. Tell us a little bit about your character.
She is a sweet, grounded, smart girl, and she's friends with Brooke and Emma and kind of like the popular group. But I think she's much more dynamic than that. She has other interests and isn't afraid to stray from the norm.
When you go home, do you find you're scared or stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll be in my hotel room and I'll be thinking about like a scene I just did or what's coming up, and I'll be like, oh, I'll get the chills.
So tell us a little bit about your character.
My character is Audrey Jensen, and she is a bi-curious, aspiring filmmaker, and she also happens to be the daughter of a pastor.
Do you feel any pressure to sort of conform to these films, or are you excited to sort of take it in a new direction?
I'm very excited to take it in a new direction, but I think the best part about it is that we're keeping the feel and bringing in new characters to love.
What's your favorite part been about working on this show?
Well, my character is very fun to play. Like, it's so not me at all. So I think that's a fun part about the show, is playing something completely different from me.
Have you found yourself being scared after filming this when you go back to your room? Are you like, oh my gosh, something's there?
Yes, definitely, because it's not scary when you have your cast around you, but then you're like alone in your room and you're like, okay, actually I am like really scared.
And what are you most excited for audiences to see?
Not only the deaths, obviously, but I'm excited to get them connected to the characters.
What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear? I'd say spiders. I'd probably say spiders, yeah.
Jeez, I am weirdly so scared of hornets and bees.
I wouldn't say I'm afraid of them, but I really don't like Smurfs.
I think dying.
My own biggest fear is definitely spiders, and this was proved the other day when we were shooting, and a spider came out of nowhere onto my face, and I ran screaming out of the shot.
What's been one of the most interesting things about playing your character?
Oh man, I love the way that Noah is kind of the meta guy for the show. He always knows exactly what's happening and why everything's a bad idea. It's like, don't go up the stairs. Don't make out with your people in the woods. It's a horrible idea. So I really dig that. It's a lot of fun to do.
To get ready for this role, did you watch the original Scream films?
I did, yeah. I had actually seen them when I was really young, and I hadn't watched them in a really long time. So once I got the role, I went through all 4 of them, and they're still so good. They hold up so well, and I really hope that the show can kind of continue on that spirit, and that would be really cool.
What initially drew you to auditioning for Scream?
Well, the script was great. I read the script and it really spoke for itself. I'd never seen the movies before, but the script was gross and scary and funny and gory and really smart. So it was a no-brainer.
Well, how would you compare your character to the main character in the original Scream movie?
I would say that Emma is less sure of herself at the beginning of the season than Sydney Prescott is of herself. Because Sydney is such, a confident character. She knows who she is entirely. But I think Emma, in a lot of ways, is a more typical high school person. She isn't quite sure where she fits in. And I think over the course of the season, what you get to see is her really understanding who she is and what she needs to do.
What are you most excited for audiences to see in the show?
What I'm most excited for is hopefully just a fun sense of looking into a mirror of what it would be like to experience this in your own experience, in your own life, in your own school. What if this were to happen, and how would that change how I view social media, or how would that change how I view tweeting my information out constantly when there's a killer on the loose, or when there's somebody looking over you. I feel like that's an interesting way of viewing the show.
Do you ever get scared on set?
Always, every single day. I might die at any moment, so I don't know.
Tell us a little bit about your character. What's he like?
Yeah, so my character is Will Belmont. He's a basketball player and a farmer's boy. So all he wants to do is get out of the farming business and get to college so he can start his career. So he's very driven, but very loyal to his girlfriend, Emma Duvall, in the show. Yeah.
You think he could be the killer?
There's possibilities for everyone. You have no idea. Everybody's a suspect. You have no idea.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how scary would you say the show is?
10.
I'm hoping it's an 11. That's what I think. I think this can go up to 11.
Past a 10.
Yeah. We're wondering if it can go up to 11. That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know. It's got to be pretty high.
Pretty scary?
The show is pretty scary. I'm going to put it at a good 9. or a 9.5. You know, things get pretty real. I mean, barring like real life, it's a pretty scary show. They don't pull any punches when the scares start happening.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the interviews. Make sure you tune in to MTV on June 30th when the pilot of this new series airs. My name is Rachel Arevalo, and thank you for watching The Scoop.